In the summer of 2005, Cartoon Network aired a show about a 10-year-old boy who finds an alien watch that lets him transform into powerful monsters to fight evil. That same year, TV Asahi aired the 29th entry in a franchise about a human who uses a transformation device to become a powerful armored hero to fight evil. One is an American cartoon for kids. The other is a decades-old Japanese tokusatsu franchise, but the more you look at them side by side, the harder it gets to ignore that Ben Tennyson is, in almost every meaningful way, a Kamen Rider. Let's start with the obvious, the Omnitrix, the Henshin belt. Both are transformation devices of alien or otherwise mysterious origin that bond to their user. Neither Ben nor the rider chose their device. It chose them a lot of the time, or crashed into them, or was given to them over desperate circumstances with no real explanation. You know, it doesn't really matter. The point is, you don't apply to be the wielder. The device decides. The Omnitrix was built by Azimuth, the smartest being in 5 galaxies. It was meant to be a library of sorts, a way for humans to understand alien life. Well, not just humans, but for everyone to understand all types of alien DNA. But in the hands of a scared 10-year-old in the woods, it became a weapon that Azimuth always knew it could be. And that's the tension at heart at every Kamen Rider series. The power was built for one purpose. The belt holder uses it for another. And that gap between the two, that's where the drama lives. Kamen Rider belts across the franchise follow the same logic. The Gaia memories of W were commercial products exploited for violence. The core medals of O's were fragments of a king's desire, and the ride watches of Zeo store the histories of past riders. Power given is always power complicated. And let's talk about aesthetics. The Omnitrix is a watch. It sits on the wrist. It beeps and flashes green. In a dozen Kamen Rider series, the transformation device is also worn on the body. I mean, I think it's almost always worn on the body. Specifically around the waist, but it's always intimately theirs. It's always something that you can't just hand to someone else and have it work the exact same way and have them fight the exact same way. If another person uses the belt, they will have a unique identity as that belt's wearer too. These are personal artifacts, alien jewelry that rewrites a person. The transformation sequence in both franchises is a ritual. Ben slaps the Omnitrix, a rider raises their hand and shouts Henshin. The body changes, something new takes over, but the person inside is still there. That is still them, and that's important. Ben Tennyson is 10 years old. He's annoying, he's overconfident, he eats too much junk food and uses alien superpowers to cheat at video games. He is, to be blunt, kind of a pain in the ass. And yet, the Kamen Rider template is pretty much exactly the same. Look at Shotaro Hidori from Kamen Rider W, a hard-boiled wannabe detective who's all swagger and no sense. Look at Sento Kiryu from Build, a genius physicist who is also absolutely insufferable. The rider is rarely a soldier, rarely even a professional. These are ordinary people, often young, often impulsive, who are always carrying something as a burden. And they become extraordinary because the moment requires it. And that's how Ben gets his chance. Ben grows into his power over 3 different shows, several reboots, and years of storytelling. In Ben 10 Alien Force, he returns after 5 years, having given up the watch voluntarily. That detail is crucial. He chose to be normal. And when the world needed him again, he chose to pick it back up. That's a rider arc. That's exactly the kind of sacrifice and recommitment that drives series like Kamen Rider. The burden of the belt. In this case, the burden of the watch. You didn't ask for this, but here you are, yet again, transforming. This is where things get really interesting. It's the forms. Ben's aliens are forms. Each one is a distinct being with its own power set, personality quirk, and visual identity. You've got Heat Blast, Upgrade, Diamond Head, Grey Matter, Accelerate. These aren't costumes. They're transformations into something genuinely alien, something that changes how Ben moves, thinks, and fights. Kamen Riders have forms too. Oh boy, do they have forms. More forms than you could ever imagine. Decade has 9 base forms cycling between other riders' identities. Build has over 60 potential combinations. Gaim alone has 20 different rider forms between its main cast. The whole point of modern Kamen Rider is the upgrade path. The base form into the power-up form into the super form, that form you unlock in the finale that's somehow even bigger than the form that you unlocked at around episode 35. Yeah, I know, bull. It happens literally every time. Ben does the exact same thing. The Ultimatrix in Ultimate Alien introduced ultimate forms, evolved versions of aliens pushed to their genetic extremes. You've got Ultimate Humongousaur, Ultimate Swampfire, Ultimate Echo. These are power-up forms. They're mid-season upgrades. This is the Kamen Rider Gav getting a new candy. The structure is identical, and both franchises love the roster expansion. New aliens, new riders, new forms mid-series that completely change the game. Both love to call back to older forms at critical moments. The fan service transformation that audiences have been waiting for. Both are fundamentally toy commercials at the end of the day, and they somehow keep managing to be genuinely emotionally resonant. But let's talk about why this matters. I mean, one was created by a team of American animation writers with a love for sci-fi and classic superhero storytelling, and the other was created by a manga legend, Shotaro Ishinomori, as a response to themes of environmental destruction and human modification. They did not talk to each other. They did not share notes. They arrived across decades and oceans and industries at the same shape. The young hero, the alien device, the transformation that is also a burden. The rogues gallery that challenges not just the body, but the values, and the slow growth from impulsive kid to someone who understands the weight of the power they carry. This isn't plagiarism, by the way. This is mythos. This is the same ancient structure of storytelling that gave us Spider-Man, Clark Kent, and Hercules. The ordinary person who is chosen or stumbles into being chosen and has to figure out who they are in light of what they can now do. Ben 10 is a Kamen Rider because Kamen Rider is kind of a story, not a brand, not a franchise. It's a model of heroism. A specific type of transformation narrative that says the device doesn't make you a hero. You make you a hero. And whether you grew up watching a 10-year-old slap a green watch on his wrist or a young man raising his arms and shouting henshin, you were watching the same story. If you want to go deeper on this, I'd recommend starting with Kamen Rider W if you want something tonally closer to Alien Force, or Kamen Rider Build if you want the full dramatic arc treatment. And if you're a tokusatsu fan who never gave Ben 10 a real shot, the original series and Alien Force are worth your time. You might be surprised how familiar they are. All right, drop in the comments which Ben 10 alien would make the best Kamen Rider form. Obviously, my answer is Upgrade. Obviously, imagine the suit and, you know, Upgrade is the GOAT. The absolute GOAT. And then, yeah, you know, like if this video made you look at either franchise differently, and subscribe if you want more of this kind of cross-cultural sort of mishmash. And peace.